President Biden, President-elect Trump, spoke to reporters in the last hour as their meeting began. Watch this.
Well, Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you, Donald, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough. And it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today, and I appreciate it very much. A transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
Brief, but extraordinary. Let's go back to the White House, to Caitlin, Kristen, and MJ. Caitlin, we have both covered them for a while. Obviously, you have been covering Donald Trump, all three of you, for in and out for extended periods of time. Just to kind of take in that moment, for our viewers, it's one thing, but for people who really can perhaps write the thought bubbles, it's a different thing. Caitlin.
Yeah, it's obviously a historic meeting between the two of them. And it also really showcases more about Biden's intentions here, Dana, than Trump's, really. Trump is obviously in there. It was notable to see how he deferred to Biden. It looked a lot like his meeting with Obama that happened 8 years ago, where he kind of seemed wowed by the Oval Office as he was sitting there. He was very generous to him, not like how we had seen on the campaign trail, how he talked about him or how he talked about him shortly after when he accused him of spying on his campaign. To see that moment, obviously, between Biden and Trump now says a lot, given the campaign trail, a very acrimonious campaign between the two of them until Biden dropped out of the race earlier this summer. And to see Biden tell, Trump welcome back to the Oval Office as he's intent on committing to a peaceful transition of power, something that Trump fought him on when Biden won the election rightfully 4 years ago. And this meeting has been going on, Dana, I should say, for almost an hour now, based on what we know from when the reporters went into the Oval Office. Later on, Biden's chief of staff, Jeff Zients, and Trump's incoming chief of staff, Susie Wiles, joined the meeting. The last we know is that they are still in that meeting. So it is the four of them in the Oval Office having this moment, talking about what's going to happen 68 days from now, which is this transfer of power from Biden to Trump, something that will obviously be historic in and of itself. And of course, they have talked about the foreign policy issues from the Biden team, saying that was going to be a big point of discussion. Given it's Trump and Biden, and having covered both of them, you never really know what they're going to talk about when the two of them are in the room together. They both, choose their own paths there on that. But it is a moment in and of itself just to witness this that we did not see and that was taken for granted, obviously, 4 years ago when Trump did not facilitate it.
Yeah, and MJ, one of our colleagues joked with me just a short while ago that fire raging behind them is an unpaid actor in that scene, because the metaphor is kind of jumping off the screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which camera to look at here, Dana, just so that, what is interesting about the moment that we saw briefly in the Oval Office is just hearing President Biden say the words "welcome back" to a man who he does not want to be welcoming back to the White House. Obviously ran for a second term, believing that he could defeat Donald Trump. We reported on that at the time, and in fact reported that even leading up to Election Day, when it was his vice president that was now running against Trump, he believed that he could do this. The mood here has been, it's been frenzied. It's been emotional. I've talked to White House staff who have said basically this is a tough day, but they want to be taking their cues from the president, who has made so clear.
MJ, I'm just going to jump in. I apologize. We're going to get back to you. We want to go back down to the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue once again, because we have breaking news on the Senate Republican leader race. It is John Thune of South Dakota. Manu, take it away.
Yeah, the new Senate Majority Leader, Senator John Thune, elected first in 2004, has worked his way up the rungs of Republican leadership.